Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 in the lowlands of Beaux, or the Beaux Lowlands, as they are probably better called. We shall be seeing, of course, a 1 vs 1. We shall be seeing Englishbloke in all caps lock. Doesn't seem very English to me. Fighting for the Americans, not very English either. So far, there's not very much English about him. Let's not keep up on that. We are seeing a 2 engineer start, but here he is, fighting for the 19th Infantry Division. Opposing him shall be Ayllon. Ayllon of the Wehrmacht of the 706th Bodenständige Infanterie Division, forced to hold the line here desperately against the Americans launching an assault of their own. And we are seeing a jeep out from the beginning. Interesting. We'll see how that one works out. In the meanwhile, the Wehrmacht are spreading out themselves, the American as well. So far, could be that they, of course, are just going to focus on their side of the river, which is rather the sort of initial capping order I recommend, since, of course, that rather means you do have the advantage of not having to cross the river right away, which is a rather nasty little spot to be caught on. Plus, of course, it also slows down your troops. So in that sense, I do recommend sort of, going for this side and trying either side, to secure the central victory point. There we go, the Willys Jeep moving out, laden with ammo and a 30 caliber. Going to be rushing in some Volksgrenadiers very soon. Of course, I have to see that works out. And there we go, 30 caliber fire on the Volksgrenadiers, not really doing much. Almost, I believe, the same as the bike MG, but the thing is, the bike actually fires a lot more rounds. I mean, it's essentially the bike MG or Schwimmwagen MG is essentially an LMG 42 with some slightly different accuracy bits and no suppression. The Jeep doesn't quite reach as much, partly due again to a lower rate of fire, can't quite fire as much. And there we go, the damaged engine already. Not entirely sure right here why Englishbloke decided to face on a Volksgrenadier squad in cover with a Jeep. That's not really good. Our Jeep is more for reconnaissance, harassment, or supporting units. It's not there to fight off an entire infantry squad on its bloody own. That's just daft. Points are being secured. Rather looks like he's having a peculiar capping order. For example, right here, he went for all of these points before even securing these points. Very peculiar. I mean, always go for the resources, only connect the strategic points you need, and then secure afterwards all the rest of the stuff. Don't go for all the strategic points first, and then the resources. And again, also don't send a jeep in. I mean, there's a lot of all of these little things here we can point out. Rifleman squad are arriving there, second one on the way. And of course, he's going to be caught right there between two Volksgrenadier squad moving in, one from the east, one from the west, and he's trying to take a point again. Priorities: don't take a point while under fire. Shoot back as the enemy, and there we go. But it's already too late. One man is dead, and in this case, and let's just briefly pause. I mean, he's got 5 riflemen versus 10 Volksgrenadiers, and they are in better positions, more health, and all that. I would strongly recommend Englishbloke that in fact he pretty much just retreats right now. There's a sort of thing, sort of what are the chances of survival and doing damage. In this case, you can't really do any damage, and you're going to take some heavy losses. Well, in this case, cut your losses and retreat. It rather matters severely. Instead, he looks like he's actually going to fight on and going to lose more manpower. He gets one Volksgrenadier, but it's not really going to be worth the cost. Stop proving me wrong. There we go. 3 men, 4 men in fact. Could he be down to 5? Still 2 men, very little health left. Not really huge losses. Plus, of course, he's lost that Jeep. Not really solid unit engagements. And he's not getting an additional infantry squad. He's not even getting something to replace the Jeep. He's setting up an observation post. This early in the game on a plus 10 point, it is not something I would recommend. In particular not, as this is currently in a rather exposed position, rather close to the front lines. This could easily be 200 manpower he will quickly see lost. And even then, he's not really in dire need of munitions right away, as far as I'm aware. So again, not really good. And again, this point would have been much better to put an observation post on. It's a high point, but also again, it's not quite so easily accessible to get blown up. Mines going down though. That's always nice to see. Riflemen getting gunned down themselves. Where the support. There we go. getting another jeep. More Volkswagens moving up. Although heavily wounded, looks like he's getting a sniper. MG42 up. Why, Ayllon? Why? Why? It makes no sense, you daft bastard. I mean, all your units over here, and then you place an MG42 all in its own in enemy territory far away. Are you completely out of your mind? I mean, had it been over here supporting this, you could easily have beaten off Englishbloke. Instead, you failed, man. Heaven's sake, it's a support unit. I know, I mean, let's just again briefly pause. We have time for this time around, but again, I know some people just like to think an MG42 is in a building is going to rule everything. But the thing is, if it's attacked from even some directions, it's quickly going to fall. It's a support unit. It supports other units. It works not very well on its own, and if it is, it's going to need a lot more than just a few crates and barrels for protection. It needs wire, it needs mines, it needs a lot of effort to be able to be strong on its own. That's why you rarely see it amongst good players. You usually see it in tandem with other units. That is where support units are strong, supporting other units, not in a wooden shed or silo or what the hell this sort of building is supposed to be in enemy territory, far, far away from any other unit it could be supporting, man. Have I made myself clear? Good, let's return to the fight. Now we are seeing the sniper moving up, getting a few kills. Looks like the jeep is going to have a bit of fun there. Rifleman retreating, jeep rushing in, Volkswagen's retreating, sniper needs to retreat as well, you know, retreat. Sniper here though is definitely in trouble. Already below half health. And dead. So yeah, pretty poor move right there by Ayllon, alongside, you know, placing the MG far away from it could do anything. And here Englishbloke rather goes pretty early for a BAR, but he barely has any infantry again. A BAR upgrade, a bit like infantry veterancy, usually pays off if you have more than 2 infantry squads. I mean, there's a reason why most people tend to go for 4 or at least 3 riflemen before they go for the Browning automatic rifle upgrade. Instead, he's not gotten that. So the impact is more limited, and for some reason he just rushed the jeep into base. I mean, again, poor unit preservation of both sides so far, poor tactics. Again, this is classic Monday Novice fight stuff, although in a slightly different order as well. Again, early observation posts. I mean, I don't have anything against observation posts. Again, it's a matter of timing, when, where, how, why. And in this case, he went forward within the first 4 minutes. Yeah. I mean, it's great to see all the mines right here, of course, really doing some damage. Stopping up the Volkswagens quite viciously already, Veterans 1, although, and he hasn't seen anything that could indicate otherwise until then. Oh, he's getting a Kriegbags, I suppose, but I mean, Englishbloke, I suppose, could have been hitting him with an armored car rush if he so wanted. First 2 months, they really did some damage. Will the rifleman be ready to stop this? And here, of course, you want the rifleman. And again, a little Monday Novice commentary bit here. Fun fact: getting closer to submachine guns tend to be a pretty bad idea. The usual rule, of course, applies to, you know, automatic weaponry, but I mean, it's in particular with submachine guns. They are pretty nasty up close. They have a high rate of fire, but again, on longer ranges, their accuracy drops greatly. So moving closer to Volkswagen, equipped with the MP40s, tends to be a bad idea. Just, you know, a fun little thought. So in the future, you might want to avoid ruining the advantage of your Browning automatic men by moving them up closer to the Volkswagen attacking you, because again, it's a bad idea to attack other units with automatics, if that is, the enemy has automatics, and you could have won this. Instead, you might actually end up losing this as you're moving straight up into the Volkswagen. But no, looks like luck is with Englishbloke this time around. Although it's going to be pretty close. Very close, in fact. Going for the points here. Hopefully this point next then. So he can cut off these resources here. And then of course he can take them safely, but at the same time ensure his opponent doesn't get anything out of them. At the same time we are seeing Englishbloke harassing with some riflemen. That's nice. Although we are not seeing additional riflemen, we are now seeing more upgrades for the riflemen. But again, he still has only 2 rifleman squads. This is not good. And no, again, poor capping order. He should have gone for this strategic point before going for the resource points, thus ensuring that in the meanwhile, while he is capping these 2, again, he's not going to get the resources for them. So that was a bit of a poor move, to put it mildly, by Englishbloke. Wire going off down there. Infantry doctrine has been chosen. Apparently realizing he can do something like that, although he has already rendered the fuel point neutral, he can still do it with the munitions. False grenadiers moving in, grenadiers adding in. And there we go, grenade. Nicely dropped though, got 3 false grenadiers right from getting out of there. Veterans who won, although again the MP40s are a bit nasty. Panzerschreck as well. Will there be a response? In the meanwhile, we are seeing further attempts right here to start this course. MG42 now showing its true self.
Enemy fire! Get down!
Flamethrower engineers charging the grenadiers, and we are seeing a grenade getting lobbed. Getting 1 engineer in the move. Lots of MP40 fire adding in for a bit of fun. Engineers getting rushed past, and we are seeing more engineers moving in. More fire on the Hun. The crowd getting toasted. And there we go, the engineers are getting sent packing, and thus we see the observation post has been left exposed. Now to Ayllon, to his MP40s and Panzerschrecks. Although in this case he has managed to get some munitions out of it, still that's going to be 200 manpower lost right there. And again, why didn't he get some more riflemen earlier on? We are now seeing instead a supply yard, so we might be seeing some vehicles soon.
Now support rapid
retaking these points. Grenadiers cover, in Deckung, Männer, in Deckung. Rather moving in. Oh, through negative cover versus troops with submachine guns again. Not good. And a grenade. Oh, only gets 1 rifleman, and false grenadiers got blasted out. A bit unfortunate right there for Ayllon. Not really a strong move. And these other false grenadiers could also be lost, as they're going to be running the gauntlet versus the riflemen. Nice move right there by the way to actually wire off this area. Ooh, false grenadiers actually managed to get out of there. Quite close though. Pioneer saying about they could be laying down mines, they could be wiring off, they could be doing so many things. Yet they're not. Grenadiers going to need reinforcement. Verstärkung, come on, just get some troops up. We are seeing Blitzkrieg. Stormtroopers, Stoßtruppen, equipping them with assault rifles again. No, get these chaps reinforced quickly. Schnell. At the same time, a bit of harassment again here, sort of quickly moving about all the sort of any possible hard points or strong points of Ayllon. Again, he's not really doing too well. Spreading out his troops a bit too far, and again, not supporting them with proper support assets. Mine down there, hooray. Another jeep for Englishbloke. He loves his wheelish jeeps, it seems. Going for the cutoff point there. Come on. Grenadiers and Stormtroopers. Could be an idea equipping the Grenadiers with an LMG-42 as well. But at least a rather decent assault force moving up here. Pioneers getting rushed off. And there we go, engineers. Oh, how many engineers does he have? He's got 1, 3 right there. Well, he had 3 there. And then some additional over here. He's got about, what, 4 engineers? He's actually trained a lot more extra. That's a bit... Again, he might have wanted more riflemen, you know, more troops to actually fight the Hun. Flamethrowers, he's actually doing quite a number on the German troops. Veterans who won even for these engineers. That's quite something. Mine going off.
The enemy advances.
But Ayllon is losing a lot of territory. He needs to strike back. He needs to strike back fast. He needs to take some territory. He needs to cause some damage. And Again, that rather seems to be beyond his operational capacity at the moment. Tragically. Again, reinforce, get some additional infantry out, or for example a half track. That way you can react much faster, move faster from point A to point B. Another engineer though went the way of the Dodo and got gunned down by Germans. No, wait, that didn't happen to the Dodo, never mind. Take that victory point back, Schnell. Stormtroopers in dire need reinforcement. We're seeing a Sturm army now going up. So that's not really proving to be a nice day for the 706th, although the 17th SS are trying to help. Bunker up. Curious bunker placement. Mines going down though, lovely, lovely. Nice to see at least he's sticking up to that with mines. More observation posts, and finally one on the high. Still, that's 400 manpower, and has he still bothered with more riflemen by the looks of it? No. You need more riflemen, Englishbloke, not more observation posts or munitions. Just saying, sort of, you know, casually. Sturm armory almost done. Again, grenadiers from the MG42 could be helpful against all of these engineers in particular, but even some riflemen with not much veterancy can be dealt with this. And why not go for this cut-off point at the same time? Not sure what Englishbloke was hoping to achieve there. Seemed honestly a bit peculiar. We are seeing an armored car on the way. Panzerschwerwagen, schwerer. Flamethrower engineers going in to move out those Huns and dislodge them. Troops hanging about doing nothing. Brief another pause again. It's generally not a good sign if you have lots of units standing about doing nothing. Usually, and that's particularly one of the fun things with the Wehrmacht, you can usually even then just be laying down barbed wire, sandbags, you know, prepare positions. But also pioneers, you know, mine, wire, tank traps, all that, you know, do that. And with stormtroopers, you know, just push on, man. You got this area here, you know, secure it. Get some minesweepers, of course. And this again is another disturbing thing about Ayllon. He's seen his opponent has got tons of mines. He's run into them numerous times, repeatedly. Yet none of his 3 pioneer squads have minesweepers. That's not good. That's a pretty bad sign as well. I mean, get some minesweepers up if you see mines. Because trust me, it can save lives, and ultimately the most important resource to conserve is manpower. That is on the battlefield, not by floating it, but by actually ensuring you don't lose a lot of men. MG here getting assaulted by an armored car. Armored car, the unupgraded Panzerfaust could be doing a trick or a Panzerschreck. Don't move it! Finally, he's getting them dual equipped though. Not what I recommend. Volksgrenadier need to retreat. Rückzug. Oh dear, he's going to lose another Volksgrenadier squad. Running the Grenadiers into the building. And the Panzer Grenadiers hit the building itself. That's brilliant, Heinz. And we are seeing artillery getting called in. Mind you, I mean, troops inside a building can withstand some artillery fire. Medics are getting ignored. MG somehow survives, you know, running out of the building right in front of artillery. And the Grenadiers actually only take some damage once they actually vacate their premises. Armored car moving up. Will there be any Stuks? Will there be veterans for any of these vehicles? Some very vital questions, I'd argue. Another American armored car moving up. Come on. I need to deal with this. Stormtroopers moving in for some reason. They can't really damage that armored car, mind you. So I have no idea why he's rushing them in. Seems quite frankly a bit pointless. And where's the response? We are seeing the armor car going to get upgraded to a Puma. Grenadiers are in fact reformed. Stormtroopers need to retreat! Quick, so get them out of there, man! And he's still floating resources. Get a Stuk. Get some veterancy for that Stuk. Just do it, man. And secure some victory points. You've got... Oh, heaven's sake. For Germany, the armored car crew proudly sound off as they get the Puma gun. Hey. Mines going down there for the Americans to actually ensure the Germans will have a much harder time taking the point back. That explosions going off. Armored car hits a mine. In fact, one has been lost to this. So tragic, tragic for Englishbloke.
We are losing territory.
MG needs to get out of there. Panzerx needs to fire off another volley against the armored car. Come on. Armored car, move up the Puma. Move up the Puma, Ayllon. You can apparently not do it.
Forward base.
Get those Grenadiers back now. It's of course too late. Of course you'll get sticky bombed. You're an absolute genius. Getting a Stug. Grenadiers here taking heavy losses. Retreat them. Retreat them. And of course he's going to lose a Grenadier squad as well, besides some Pioneers. This is absolutely terrible. And not terrific. Except with your Englishbloke. Troops here needs reinforcement. Just get some more boots on the ground quickly. And work on your unit preservation. Rangers are now arriving for Englishbloke. Why is he moving in that Puma without repairing it? Oh gods, why? Stuga arriving, stormtroopers moving up. Might try to contain the situation. 2 hits with bazookas on the Puma. Oh, crap. Doubt this Puma will survive. Grenades killing Pioneers. Surprise, surprise. Stug moving in front. Where is the veterancy for it? What are the stormtroopers doing? Stand still with them. Oh god. Sticky bomb. Stug hasn't really even killed anyone. And those stormtroopers need to get out of there as well. Unit preservation, man. Another Grenadier squad gets reformed from the medic bunker. So far, it's really paying off dividends for Ayllon and his so far poor tactical leadership. Rifleman, and he actually managed to salvage those. Another Pioneer squad, but what about more general infantry? And again, barely holding any victory points. Additional veterancy for the infantry, that's something. But where's the veterancy for the Stug? Another grenade. Some losses for Englishbloke. Armor car moving up. It's not even been fully repaired. Englishbloke must be pretty desperate to do this.
Veterancy gained.
Just get something repaired for heaven's sake. Grenadiers with their Panzerschreck madness moving up. While everything else is... Why is he even moving that up there? That can't do anything against the armored car. It's just pointless. And why is no one trying to at least secure this area again? Send in against the Pioneers with a Why do you need all those Pioneers? You've already got 3. Get some more infantry. Whoops, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few seconds there. Medic bunker though went down. Artillery getting called in. The Stug. Not entirely the best idea, but apparently Ayllon is going to let him get away with it. Main gun destroyed. Again, why did he move faster? Bazooka gets it. Armored car down. Let us return to Englishbloke. Grenadiers moving up. Anti-tank gun manages to get the Puma, so that's a pretty huge wreck right there for this force from the 760th Bodenständige Grenadier Division. Panzerschreck and gunfire hammering away. Sounding, at least that's something. Wehrmacht is slowly securing this, but again he needs to get back some of those victories. Grenades left and right. Grenadiers need to retreat now. Desperately. Pioneers moving about there, avoiding some of the mines, I suppose, which is a miracle. Riflemen then charging into the MG42, which has not really been doing much in hiding. its presence.
Reinforcements.
Stormtrooper's trying to move in to take advantage of this, and finally he actually has a decent infantry force, but I think it's a way bit too late. Stu 42 moving in, more pioneers, but again gets the minesweepers and then secure this area and get back a victory point. You're quickly losing it. Priorities as well, you know. Already having salvaged quite a bit. Not sure what's gone into fraps as of late, or if it's just come to views itself. Something's suddenly acting out a bit. A bit of heavy fire being directed.
Victory point under siege. The Germans are moving in.
Ooh, these Rangers are probably not going to make it out then. There we go. The Stormtroopers managed to secure that off. Sticky bomb on the Stu 42. Get some veterancy for it, Ayllon. And these Rangers, oh my goodness, Englishbloke just took a punishing right there. And he's finally going for some of those victory point as well. Hooray!
Make it quick.
Losing the point out there.
Riflemen continuing to suffer under pretty heavy fire, and again the Stormtroopers and the assault rifles holding out in a small crater are doing their best to make life miserable for the Americans. And retreating once more. Again, veterancy for the assault gun would be a move. That would be very, very potent. Stu 42 going in for a pretty bizarre base assault on his own. Not entirely sure why he's keen on that. Firing away now at the enemy base. More forces moving in. Almost close and getting that machine gun emplacement. Didn't quite succeed though. Didn't quite succeed. Finally securing that other victory point. He's really taking a blow right there in that department. Again, that's a pretty poor move by Ayllon, and actually sort of also, you know, being aware of that matters on the field. Mines here, but nothing really then. He's not really doing much to defend that point either. He will need, of course, now to react to this again. Los gates, come on. Schnell, schnell. If you value your life. No, of course, can't threaten that. Smaller force moving in there. Stu 42, still no veterancy. Grenadier supporting it. No LMG either, which could have been of help. Sturm Hobbits opening up. Getting a bit too close for my liking though, and getting covered in sticky bombs. We are seeing what could perhaps be some veterancy on the way for it. Grenadiers moving in, Grenadiers holding up. Rangers taking up position there. Pioneers need a med pack. Come on. Rifleman squad lost another one, heavily wounded. Oh goodness gracious, Englishbloke. And the Rangers there are getting murdered. One bundle grenade, and that was a pretty decent victory. But you know, continue after the victory point, secure it. Why? You were right there. Why didn't you take it? Again, priorities. When you're right next to a victory point that is not yours, take it. As long as you're not on 5, of course, but still take it, in particular when you're this close. I mean, for heaven's sake. How hard is it really to just take the victory points once you've forced away the enemy?
Just tell us what you need us to do.
I would like to imagine I'm not asking you to execute the Schlieffen plan. Schlieffen plan, I'm not entirely sure. And invading the entirety of France. Just holding some goddamn victory points. Stormtroopers, of course, now getting assaulted by another armored car. No armored skirts. Something Englishbloke needs to be very, very careful about, since he can otherwise quickly lose it. And no response at all from Ayllon. Mine going off, Rangers riflemen moving in as well. And looks like we're now seeing a tiger being forced into all of this. Not that it is inspiring a great deal of confidence, I fear. But secure the victory point. Secure the victory point before doing anything else. Please. Artillery getting called. Don't move! Don't move into the artillery! Oh gods, what is he doing now? I just wanted to check if he had enough munitions for any upgrades for these additional grenadiers. He's going in for a straight on base assault. He's not even secured the victory point. Don't move in close to the riflemen. Don't move. Oh, for heaven's sake. You do not run into engagement range of riflemen like that. They are good up close. You have troops with Jesus Christ, don't you know anything about fighting? You don't run up to the enemy, you shoot him from afar. You focus on him with Tigers and Stu 42s. You do not immediately begin losing grenadiers to them. And already there, he's going to lose an entire grenadier squad and hand them over a Panzerschreck. 2, in fact. That is deplorable, if not... Oh, heaven's sake. I mean, you just lost 2 Panzerschrecks, which otherwise will help you level this base in seconds if you just focus properly and not just run into things. Do things properly. Don't just rush in, take it slowly. And don't just run up to guys with automatic weapons. That's just bad. More Rangers are now arriving, and this is pretty much looking to be a huge disaster. Grenadiers losing men left and right. Grenades going off as well. Troops hanging about here doing nothing again. No. All right, victory point here being taken by some very wounded full stormtroopers. Tiger holding out against the Rangers. 1 Ranger squad already gone as well again. More grenades.
The enemy is down.
Grenadier needs retreat. And why is no one trying to take this point back?
We have a secured sector under attack.
And why are these Grenadiers not retreating? Oh, for heaven's sake, Ayllon! Do get your bloody act together. And now he's just sending in an MG42 again. I have absolutely no bloody idea why. It would rather seem like he's been schooled in the World War I art of war, that is, not very sensibly.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
More artillery, more stormtroopers now moving up to take points. On the stormtroopers, he's probably going to lose them because he's not going to move them. Yes, indeed. MG of course getting pushed out. He actually managed to secure. Flaps is just acting up, so let's just speed up a bit so we can lessen the time of that, because again it's not going to get much better these last few minutes. Out of control, Tiger. Just note he lost the Tiger to the Rangers. GG. Very GG. And yeah, let's just keep it. And there we go. I mean, it's a bit bad manners, you know, to say GG and, you know, not end the game. But we stop here because, again, pretty much terrible from there on. I mean, it doesn't get better. Ayllon has pretty much thrown away his chances. and lit everything on fire, burned his bridges while laughing. I don't know. Man's completely daft. One of his major issues was engagement range. He completely went for the wrong ranges. The Wehrmacht again generally should try to, of course, engage at range. He constantly ran units up, losing a lot of men before they even got to kill something. The prime example, of course, we here with the Grenadiers, moved them right up to the riflemen, lost men. Hey, that's completely daft. Also here earlier with the Volksguns again, bad engagement ranges. He would run up Stuks and all that right in front of infantry within sticky bomb range and lose them. Again, do not run up to the enemy. You're not there to give hacks. You're there to shoot them. You shoot at range. Really think about it for a few minutes. In real life, would you run up to an enemy heavily armed? No, you would bloody well not. You would shoot him from range behind cover. And again, barely any cover usage from any of them. Terrible. Englishbloke did use some mines, and that's about the best I can say about him. His use of observation post while nice quickly grew out of hand, and he's actually spent 800 manpower on this. 800. He could have gotten a lot more infantry, and perhaps that way have gotten an advantage, but he failed. Just like Ayllon failed at pretty much everything else, preserving his armor, getting veterancy, using upgrades sensibly for his infantry. Again, there were so many mistakes. But again, the problem really here was how they would engage. They would just run up, and Christ, that's not how you do it. So there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is Imperial Lane saying, please do think a bit more while trying to fight the enemy.